Dear delegates, attendees, let me inform you all that this is going to be the last discussion of NASTech 2021. That's right, the last discussion of NASTech 2021. So don't go away, stay tuned and join me in welcoming Mr. Akash Saxena, who is the SVP and Head of Technology at Disney and Hotstar. Over to you, Akash.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to NASTech 2021. My name is Akash Saxena, and I'm from Disney plus Hotstar. Thank you, NASCOM, for giving me the opportunity today to talk about how we leverage data at Hotstar and how that helps us make a stronger product for our customers. So diving right in, it's very important to put the customer at the heart of everything. And I'd like to start by talking about how we think about how our customers are interacting on our product. This is a fairly generic model. It could potentially apply to several problem spaces, but let's just take Hotstar and focus on that. Primarily, if you think about our customers as a customer of this product, once you come in, you are presented with various choices. Now, these could be content choices, they could be layouts, it could be a variety of things that we may want to pitch to you, may want to induce certain behavior, whether it is a subscription or watching an advertisement from a monetization perspective. So it all starts with the presentation. It's a catch-all for, what do you do when when a customer initially engages with your product. Post that, we get into saying, okay, now the customer is here, and then you present an initial value proposition. How is the customer interacting with that value proposition? And that's the observe and learn phase. This is done on a digital product through a variety of telemetry, such as clickstream. There are events that you send through. Hotstar processes in excess of 15 billion events on a daily basis, given the scale at which we operate. With all this information, you can do a lot of interesting things. This is, big data and how, and post that, you essentially start to curate these customers into taste groups. Now, again, this is a generic, it's sort of a catch-all term that is really useful to sort of ideate and say that, what do these customers like? What are they reacting to? And basis that, you can do a variety of actions, right? You could go back and improve the presentation pitch. Oh, maybe you like this content. Perhaps this is an advertisement that you may like, or here is, a subscription plan that you may really prefer because you're using the product, you really like it. So, how about this particular offer? It could be a variety of pricing things and so on. This information also feeds into how we think about creating the content, right? Or what sort of goals we set for every customer. So you can get really deep with, as the customer comes, each customer, she has a life cycle on the platform. Starting from it's, hey, I'm a new customer, I'm engaging with the product, and we'd love to convert more customers to subscribers, and find other ways to monetize and delight our customers. So you can take several journeys, and there are several verticals that leverage this information about what taste group the customer sits in. Basis that, we can optimize for various goals for that customer, depending on what stage of the life cycle that she is in. This information also can feed into a lot of the content creation that can drive essentially how, what does the customer want to consume? What is improving engagement? What is improving session times on the platform? As you can see, again, and tying back into this virtuous loop, going back into the presentation, and then it's a continuous cycle because our customers are dynamic. They constantly want to do different things at different times, and we must be reactive to that. And data is very, very central to this entire process. Moving on, let's dive in a little more deeper, right? When you think about an OTT product, a media product, we are all about video. My product is video. We're building a product to entertain you. And very central to that is, well, what do you like to see? Uh, and while each of our customers is unique, uh, we find that our customers eventually can be combined into taste groups, as I was calling it about earlier, right? Taste communities, things that, a lot of you may like crime, you may like, romantic content. Uh, and this is where we are able to start to group together, and really it's about the observe and learn stage, right? That we may pitch various things to you and see how you react to it. Are you just scrolling through? Are you hanging on? And really try to extract information about how you are interacting with us so that we can create a more solid product for you. Post that, we say, okay, content is one dimension, but we also use the same data to think about, okay, let us pitch you different layouts. Are you engaging more with us basis different layouts of the product? Would you like a more simplified layout? Would you like something that has a couple of, as we call them, trays moved up in a certain position or down in a certain position? Um, Again, depending on what your mood is, what is converting, there are several experiments running at any time to really figure out which particular layout or experiment is performing better for us in terms of really providing value to our customers. We develop for Bharat, and our customers are diverse, so our product necessarily needs to be diverse. We take a lot of pride in really leveraging language as a key driver for us. So the data about what languages you like to consume your content in, that forms a huge part of how we uh, center content to you. What is the default language in which we begin with? So again, that allows us to create a customer wow. It allows us to demonstrate to the customer that we know her. Uh, uh, Posters, imagery, right? We consume first with our eyes, and that is so key. Especially with content as well. You may, what is the trailer that you may prefer? Which poster of the content or image of the content you may resonate with? Would you resonate with a Rajnikant poster or with a Shah Rukh Khan poster, right? It could be interesting results depending on wherever you are in India. So you may try various options to see what is converting for you better. The model itself can be distilled into its simplest form, and I alluded to it when we began the conversation, to say simply, it's not very different from how the AdWords thinks about it, right? You present something which is really the impression, and then you count the interaction with the impression, saying, is the customer lingering, maybe interested? Is there a click action? Oh yes, okay, that's a conversion, and that's deepening our funnel. Customer is now moving to the next stage of the presentation to see, and then again we go back to the cycle to see if we can win the customer, keep the customer, and then at what point does she begin to watch or abandon the session? So it gets interesting to look at it. And again, this is getting slightly more deeper on how you may go about really bucketizing your data, right? The challenge with data always is that there is so much of it. And oftentimes in organizations, you may find that while you may have a lot of data, pulling insight out of that is really, really hard. So that's something that we've really focused on over the years, is to really ensure data hygiene, really ensure that we are sharp with seeing and documenting customer journeys so that we're able to get better and better at it. Still a journey and ongoing. While we started off with something that was more accessible potentially, which is that, oh, okay, how do you watch content? Another area of interest is, right, we are a business as all our others are, and how do you make money, right? Hotstar, we make money through advertisements and subscriptions. These are our two revenue lines. So we think about, well, okay, we'd like for our customers to become subscribers and pay for our content and do, enhance their experience on the platform. Um, what may be the propensity? What is the likelihood of a customer wanting to become a subscriber? This is an interesting problem statement, and uh, you could imagine that every customer start off being a free consumer, and see a lot of free content on the platform. Hotstar has so much free content that don't need to pay money to actually begin to find entertainment on the platform. And through your journey, we may try to pitch to you impressions, some content that you may feel like paying for, and depending on whether you engage, don't engage, that may improve or increase or decrease your score, your propensity to purchase a subscription. So that's another way that we use data and to pull insight that ultimately can tie into how business goals can be achieved. Uh, we also use this information to see what is it that you are watching on the platform. It's not just genres, but do you engage more with short form content, long form content? Do you engage when we provide you opportunities to do something, interact with the product, like we do on our social feeds, and we have likes and emojis and hotshots and a variety of things in the product, right? So all of this sort of helps us to figure out, okay, again, how are we engaging the customer, increasing session lengths on the customer, improving retention, right? Is the customer coming back to us constantly? This becomes a key factor for us to really focus on. Ultimately, again, I'm like a broken record on this. Data is great and all, but you really need to figure out how to use all of this information coming into you through various sources to really create a central view of what your customer is. What does she want in terms of content, in terms of how she's consuming content on the platform, whether they are layouts, what language, what times, what's bringing her back to the platform. I haven't seen you for 2 weeks, but I sent you a notification because I thought there's a drop of a new content that you may like, and that converted, right? So what are these hooks that get you to come back, right? Are there times in the month or in you come back every 2 months, 3 months? Are there periods where you may come back and binge, for example, right? So again, you may have a lot of data, but if you're not pulling insight and you're not creating a view of who your customers are, then you won't be able to sharply target them. And we spend a lot of time building these profiles and palettes for our customers. Customer research is a key part. So, it's not just what you do on the platform. It's also a lot about talking to real customers. While we're fortunate, we do see a lot of engagement on the platform. There is no substitute to talking to real customers as well, getting their feedback. People tell us all the time what they'd like in the product, right? And they're very vocal. We love that. And we're constantly trying to improve the product. We do a lot of customer research as well that forms data, and it creates personas that help to sharpen, go back to the whole point of taste communities. It really helps us to sharpen and define how our customers behave, and then again, what are the ways in which we can find delight for them. Beyond content, beyond simply looking at, well, how do we help the business to be more successful, we also use data for a lot of growth activities, and specifically we'd look at everything is a funnel. Every action, like I talked about, you can think of the cycle, and then at every step it's always the present, learn, tweak, and then keep going around. So the funnel optimizations become really interesting. There could be various interventions while you are trying to do something, and really designing the product to be able to have those forks. And it's non-trivial. It's a journey for us as well. However, we're working on using the data to do these interesting things so that we are allowing our business teams to really get in there and know, it could be something about, just like, Virat Kohli hitting a six. or someone celebrating, or a key character having a moment in a entertainment series. All of these things allow us to use that and then create cohorts of our customers that could be interested in that particular occurrence, hopefully, and then try to target them again, trying to keep that engine firing so that customers keep coming back, and those customers who are on are able to really realize how wide and vast the library is and really improve their experience with the product. And it's again, more customers for us is great because again gives us more data, so we continue to get sharper and better at this. At the end, I'd leave you with a very key message that's dear to me. Not being data driven is just not okay in 2021. It wasn't okay many years ago as well. But hopefully your organization is very data driven. And it's not just okay to be data driven, but data hygiene is very important. Pulling data insight is very important out of the data. Of course, sometimes you may talk about, well, here's what the data is telling us. You may ignore your instinct. Don't do that. But yes, definitely do back your instinct with data. So that being said, thank you for your time. It was wonderful sharing all the cool stuff that we're focused on. It's hard stuff, but it's very fulfilling because it gives us a great into our customers and helps us to make a stronger product. If I'm on Twitter, you can hit me up, and would love to exchange ideas. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, rather, Akash, for that concluding session.